Hi all, I'm Pete. I work for Motor Vehicle Department at Scarpa Tech, and hopefully we're coming out of isolation soon. I just want to give you a quick briefing on how we can get our cars ready to go back on the road again. So let's get straight off. Keys. Hopefully you should have one of these two types of key. You may have one with just a straight blade on, fine, put it in the car, unlock it. If not, you've got one of these two. Now hopefully you're going to press the button and the car's going to unlock automatically. However, if the battery's a bit flat or the immobiliser's gone a bit diffy, she's not going to. Pop the button, blade pops out, pop the blade in the door, in the keyhole, turn, and the lock should pop and the door should open. You can get in and reset the immobiliser. Other ones may have this type of key. This one's a bit different. Just slide the top, take her off, pop that out, open her up, and we should have a key blade stored inside the key like so. Now usually on the passenger side of the vehicle, sometimes the drivers, but usually the passenger side, there's a small cover that goes over the next to the door handle, goes over the keyhole. Take the cover off, insert the key, turn, unlock the door, jump in, reset the immobiliser. Okay so far? Okay, so this is one of the handles that I'm on about here. You remove this cover here by pulling it away from the vehicle. They can be quite hard to get off sometimes, and they can break, so I'm not going to take this one off. Okay, you remove it, you'd get the key blade, you put the blade into the keyhole and turn, and the door would actually open once you finish that. Okay, once you've gained access to the vehicle, just go down, pull the bonnet straight away, and let's get back outside. So once we've got the bonnet up, we want to be having a look around the engine bay in particular. Okay, and we're looking realistically for nesting animals or anything that's trying to hibernate inside the car or make a nest, because the car's been stood for a while now and they make quite nice cozy places for animals to go to. Once we're happy that there's nothing nesting there, check our levels. So coolant there, looking good, and the power steering fluid can do with a slight top up by the looks of that. Now the dipstick you can do as well. On this car it's electronic, so we don't have one, as you can see, so we won't be checking that in here. The screen wash, we can only check that by topping her up, but that's where she is anyway. And the good old brake reservoir down there, check that the fluid level's okay there as well. Okay, also have a good look around, just make sure everything looks to be in order. Okay, once we've finished checking outside there, just come back in, start the vehicle, don't rev it, just let her idle quite happily, and pop back outside and once again check inside the engine bay. Okay, so we started her up and we're just checking, making sure that the belts etc. are all okay, nothing's looking loose while she's running down there at all, nothing's running out and trying to attack us or anything. All looks good, all okay. So, I'm going to move on down to the wheels and discs now. So we're inspecting the brake disc there at the back of the wheel. Okay, and we're looking to see if she's clean. If she's all rusty, there's nothing to be concerned about at the moment. Take her out, a couple of good applications on the brake, and it should clean itself off. If not, then you may have something problem developing on the brakes, which will need looking at, but the grinding oil should disappear. While you're here, obviously, check tyres, make sure tyres are pumped up. If they're a little bit flat, you should get away getting down the garage to get them pumped up. You should get away with it. If not, change the tyre. But also, while you're here, you want to be checking for any nesting creatures, rabbits, cats, etc., other animals that have decided to go and make a home up in the wheel wells of the car, and also for kids' toys in front and behind of the tyre. Last thing you want to be doing is driving away and puncturing your tyres. Okay, back inside the car, put the lights on, fog lights, hazard lights. Okay, nip outside, check all them. Don't forget the number plate lights. Also check the front lights and indicators. Now obviously to check the brake lights we'd need an assistant to press the brake pedal for us, which we haven't got at the moment, but we'd be looking at the right, obviously working the left, and let's not forget the high level. Okay, moving on. Before we get back in the vehicle, just lift your windscreen wiper and run your fingers underneath the blade just to lift them off the windscreen once already lifted off, and then jump back in. Once in, lights off, and activate the windscreen wipers, wash wipe. Okay, you'll notice all the time that we've been doing this the engine has been running. Reason for that, we want to pump that oil around the engine. We haven't revved it at all, so we brought it up to temperature quite nicely, quite slickly, and no problems have occurred. So at this point now we can think about turning it off, but before we do, we just want to check the handbrake. Okay, now one of the things with vehicles is if they're left with the handbrake on for long periods, the handbrake can tend to stick on. Now what we would do, we'd put the car in drive and we would let the car, see the car drives forward. This is an automatic, so we just put it into drive, and you'll notice I've taken my foot off the accelerator, the car is in drive and the car's not going nowhere. Now obviously my handbrake's on. If it was released, then this is what sort of thing that happens. What you need to do is put your foot on the brake, put the vehicle into reverse, check behind you, make sure there's no obstructions, and just drive the car backwards. So like that, and you'll see the handbrake release off. Now that's what would happen if the handbrake had stuck on a manual car. Okay, at that point you can put the car back in drive and you'll see she just gently moves forward. Put the back in park, handbrake back on. At that point now we can now turn the car off. So okay, now at that point there we should be able to say that that's all successfully completed. So obviously your vehicle may be a bit different to what this one is. Just check your handbook, make sure that what I'm saying to you here is placement for your car too. There may be other checks that you'll need to do that's in your handbook, in the vehicle handbook. Have a check through, make sure they're okay, and happy motoring.